Hey, this is Ramon Channels Alpha 4, and this is a very different video than what I usually make. Um, okay, so an interesting thing happened today, and it made me think about a very interesting thing that happened to me years ago. So, in fact, this happened twice today. This happened to me, and then immediately afterwards, this happened right in front of my father. My father called me up, and he's like, "You won't believe what happened, exactly what happened to you." So I was out Christmas shopping, and um, I was feeling a little bit embarrassed because I got some fun gifts for some of my friends, and I had to go get a gift for my dad. And I was sitting at a light, and the light had turned green. The arrow to turn had gone, but I didn't go because there was a car in the turning lane that had gotten stuck because there was a school up ahead. Okay. And up at the school up ahead, there was a long line for all the parents to get in. So I didn't take off. I didn't take off at the green light. And as I didn't take off, a truck trying to beat his side turning red, instead of slowing down, sped up and hit the gas. And he ran right into the van of that was in front of me. That was in the turning lane. So this car's coming this way, turning, got stuck from the other vehicles that are here lined up. This vehicle saw that the light was going to change and saw that she was there, so he gunned it, and he hit it right there. Now, it hit her, and then it ran right into the street post for the lights, for the street lights, for the street light post. Anyway, so me, I got out of the car and I went to go help. Just to be clear, not because like some kind of thing, but I have first aid training and because of, the martial arts, and I have experience with injuries from all the fighting. And so the vehicle hit it, and I was worried I was going to be the only one to get down to help check. And there was a person who was running alongside the sidewalk. They came and helped out. Two of the people got out of the vehicle, and the woman was kind of like almost passed out at the front. So we thought we were going to see the worst. And the moment we started asking, like, "Are you okay?" she popped up, started moving. She had a kid in the back seat. She took out the kid. She was pregnant. She was going to pick up two other kids. So the other guy looked a little woozy. We don't know if, it's just from the accident or what. But the other guy was fine. She seemed to be okay. And I say that because even with first aid training, CPR training, and years of experience with injuries from fighting, I was not anywhere near the most experienced civilian on the scene. The guy who was running was a doctor. One of the guys who was, I guess, over here in the front to turn this way, or to come this way, was a paramedic, was an off-duty paramedic, and another person who was in a car going this way was an off-duty nurse. So she was good, and then the actual on-duty people came, and she ended up being okay. As far as I can tell. I mean, I'm not diagnosing anything. But here's the thing: that exact street corner, one street over, a very good friend of mine from kindergarten died there in a car wreck from a drunk driver running a red light and killing her and her, I guess, husband. I don't know if they were fiance or husband at the time, but in my mind they're now husband and wife, so I don't know what the actual status of that was. But that's not the story that it made me think of, even though clearly that's a dangerous intersection. And I go running, and sometimes cars just zoom by, and I usually, whenever they cut through people who are driving through, I usually give them the finger or something, right? Usual thing. But that's not what it made me think of. Years ago, when I was 25, and I've talked a little bit about this in the Jordan Peterson response video that I made. And I don't usually like talking about this. as you know, I started this channel. Well, originally I started the channel just to promote martial arts way back in, I think actually 2005, 2007 or something like that. But there's a reason for that. But I started uploading videos a year ago or so because I wanted to document my weight loss because I had gotten really overweight from diabetes, and obviously I lost the weight. But that's not my first ever health scare. Back when I was 25, I had a cancer scare. And during that cancer scare, I started drinking to handle it. And an ex, the girl that I was seeing at the time, couldn't handle the situation and became an ex. But you know how that goes. Well, my boss was her friend, so that didn't make work very easy, and I got fired. So the day that I got fired, this is how this all connects, and basically the night before, 2 days before, the doctor had told me that it looks like it's just H. pylori, that it doesn't look like it's cancer at all, that it was just a cancer scare and you're going to be okay, but that there was a chance that it could still be cancer and that we'd have to go through tests going forward. It ended up not being, but it was a very serious cancer scare. There was blood from my stomach and all that kind of stuff, like real gross stuff. And on that day that I got fired, in the middle of this like maelstrom of horrible events, a really good friend of mine named Tony, who you've seen in some of my workout videos, he was mentoring this young girl, and he was on his way to see her that morning, and she also, from a drunk driver, ran through her vehicle, and her vehicle caught fire, and she burned to death, alive. And so, what was that start talking about? Anyway, at that time, I remember thinking to myself, and I know this sounds really weird, about just how grateful I was to be alive, that the cancer scare ended up just being a scare, that yeah, I lost my job and I lost my girl and I ended up dropping out of college, but I was alive, you know? And it was like this really weird feeling. And I had that feeling again today, which is, if I would have gone on the green light, that guy who ran that, who raced that light and sped up, would have hit me because I was the next car up instead of her. And it's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling to have, to know that you're one step away from a horrible thing. And it's not even the wrong step, because the light was green and she was already in that lane. She wasn't doing anything wrong. None of the other cars were doing anything wrong. Just this one jerk, who decided that either, for whatever reason, he was a little bit of an older driver. He looked like he was a city worker. He had on like the worker outfit. Just decided to gun it, and he almost took out a family. Luckily, at least at the point that I left, everybody was alive. But a friend of mine, just one corner over, didn't make it, and some kid, a little over 17 years ago now, just didn't make it. So there's, you're following the rules, you're doing everything right, you're following, you're following the traffic laws, and the only way that you would live is if you didn't follow the traffic laws, because by following the traffic laws, some drunk person runs a red light or races a yellow light and decides to gun it as it turns red, and bang, you're dead. And I've seen trucks, go through the people crossing. When the people crossing signs are on, it's like, oh man, something bad could happen there one day, and today something bad happened there. And it was also a pickup truck that did it, which is usually the kind of vehicles that like to run those intersections down here. So it was just a really, really weird experience, and it brought back other experiences of a similar nature. So I thought I'd share that with you. Sorry, I got a little emotional, but it was very frightening and very sad and very potentially horrible. Someone's out front. Talk to you later.